The Free Radio is a short story by the renowned Indian-British author Salman Rushdie, and it is featured in his collection of short stories titled East-West. This particular short story tells the tale of Ramani, a poor uneducated rickshaw driver living in Bombay, now Mumbai, in India. It's particularly about the sterilization campaign that India's ruling regime launched during the emergency period of 1975 to 1977. The story's title refers to the incentive of a transistor radio that the health department gave to those who underwent sterilization surgery or vasectomy. Ramani becomes enamored with the idea of obtaining a free radio after he hears about the promotional offer on the radio. The story describes societal expectations of gender roles in a traditional Indian culture. The main character, Ramani, is a young rickshaw driver who is seduced by the beauty of a thief's widow who is 10 years older than him, and he undergoes a government sterilization program so that they can get married. Now, if we talk about the characters, there are only 3 characters in the short story, including the narrator. The narrator is an old, retired teacher who knew the parents of Ramani, the rickshaw driver. Ramani inherited the rickshaw from his father. Ramani dreamed of having a movie career, but he fell into the lure of the thief's widow who has 7 children, including 2 dead. The thief left nothing but those children for his widow. As the narrator says, what the thief did besides robbing and making babies, God knows. The narrator did as much as he could to get Ramani out of the clutch of the thief's widow, but Ramani was as a fool as a duckhead. He tried a last time to recover him by warning the thief's widow, but it was not so simple, because the thief's widow already got Ramani into her seas. Ramani gets into bad company. He starts drinking illegal liquor. The narrator tries to persuade him to stay away of those new friends of him, who just praise him for their own reasons, that he can even defeat Shashi Kapoor and Amitabh Bachchan in the movies, but all in vain. One day, the narrator heard that Ramani had undergone the process of vasectomy, and now he and the thief's widow are married. The narrator was highly disappointed in Ramani's work because he knew the character of the thief's widow. He also noticed that Ramani nowadays works thrice as hard as he used to do before. And he just believed in that announcement that everyone who undergoes the process of sterilization will get a free radio from the government, but the narrator knew that it was all fictitious. And every time he saw a gathering, he would tell them that he is going to get the radio and put on one of his hands up to his ear as if he were already holding the radio in his hands, and he would mimic the broadcast by saying, "Ye Akashvani hai." This is all India radio. However, as the plot goes on, one day Ramani sells his rickshaw and tells the narrator that he and his family, which is obviously the thief's widow and her 5 living children, are living for Bombay to fulfill his dream of becoming a film star. After that, months have passed, and one day the narrator receives a letter from Ramani, which dictates that Ramani's talent is discovered at last, and nowadays he leads the life of a rich film star. Here the story ends, but like most other short stories, the story left us with a question like, we cannot be sure that Ramani's talent was really discovered and he really is leading the life of a rich with the thief's widow. The story describes societal expectations of gender roles in traditional Indian culture. The main themes include sterilization, contemporary society's expectation from men, and the dangers of propaganda aimed at the poor.